In today's episode, a Ford will squat, a plane will sound like a tractor, and a BMW will sneeze. Mr. MRF is a YouTuber from Poland that experienced a fuel tank rupture on his pit bike that he fitted with a turbocharger. Luckily, he was prepared for this as the seat and fuel tank was not fully bolted in. That's why he managed to save his bike by kicking away the fuel tank. Nobody was hurt, by the way.
Ja pierdolę. Kurwa, zapalił mi się piera. O ja pierdzielę. Dzięki.
I want to correct myself. The best sounding car ever made is not the Lexus LFA. It is the Ferrari 812 with a Novitec exhaust system. Also, fun fact, you will never own one if you won't stop watching YouTube and wasting time right now. One of my Discord server members has a classic Fiat 500R. If I had to choose a small daily driver for the city, I would take this any day. Rear-wheel drive and an air-cooled engine located in the back. It's basically a tiny Porsche. It is only after watching the movie Ford vs Ferrari, which you should watch if you haven't yet, I get more interested in the Ford GT. While watching videos of these cars instead of working towards owning one in a couple of years, two features have awakened up the 10-year-old in me. Specifically the track mode, which drops the car by a few inches and deploys the massive wing. Also, the launch control system sounds incredibly cool. A few weeks ago, Charles Leclerc was spotted on the Fiorano race and test track, which is privately owned by Ferrari. He was just testing the new wet tires for the upcoming season. Did you know that shopping carts make great replacements for wheels? Another week, another car I have never heard of before. One of my viewers' brother has a 1968 Mercury Cougar. The engine is a 351 Windsor with a displacement of 5.8 liters. This is how 405 horsepower sound like. A few episodes ago, you saw a Reliant Robin being driven hard, but it doesn't end here. Check out this madman drifting a Reliant Robin. One of my viewers sent me a video that features three things: a rear-facing dashcam, a loud Jaguar F-Type, and a group of school kids walking by. I think you know where this is going. One of my viewers has recently redone the exhaust in his Toyota Celica. From me, this gets a 10 out of 10. Guess this car by the sound. Yes, you are correct. This is a Walrus, specifically the Type R breed.
Squeeze! Squeeze!
Well, yeah, driving a 4,000 horsepower drag racing car requires massive balls, but I would argue that standing in front of one takes even more. During a race last year, a crew member was lowering the body to prepare for the race when he by accident hit the throttle next to the blower. However, he got lucky and the race still went on. So far we covered brake failures on tracks and normal roads. But what about the rally stage? During a rally stage in Uruguay, this Argentinian driver lost his brakes while flying at 200 km an hour. Luckily, both he and his co-driver made it out without any injuries.
Para 50 derecha, 5 menos que se vuelve. ¿Nada?
Nada. Agárrate fuerte. No, para el otro lado.
¿Estás
bien, Pedro?
Yo estoy bien, ¿vos?
Yo estoy bárbaro. Bueno, tranquilo.
Mirá la huella hermosa que hemos dejado.
Y con la tierra.
¿Y el
Y el
auto?
bombazo.
I always knew about the Mercedes-Benz W124 mono wiper design, but there is a small detail that I missed. The wiper actually oscillates in and out to reach the outer corners of the windscreen. German over-engineering at its finest. There is this famous video of a new Toyota Yaris GR blowing up its engine. As it turns out, it was deliberately being stress tested, and it just so happens that the failure happened when 500 phones were pointed at the car. What do you think about the 3-cylinder Yaris GR? I personally would love to try one. If you call yourself a car enthusiast, you surely must know about the greatest engine ever made by humanity. No, not the Bugatti W16. I'm talking about the glorious 1.9 TDI. Not even the sky is the limit for the 1.9 TDI. In fact, it is so reliable that some guy put it into his Cessna airplane. You know your car is fast when it has an automatic gravel removal function. On a serious note, this is a single turbo 600 wheel horsepower BMW 335i. Another Miata track day, another money shift. You know those robots that follow the black line? Well, I think this may be the final boss of robots that follow the black line. Who would win? An actual racing car pit stop or a RC car pit stop? Place your bets. Here is something you didn't ask for, but it does matter since the YouTube algorithm suggests you everything. This is how a John Deere knotter ties a knot. For the city kids like me, this is used to knot hay bales or something.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Here's a comparison between the old and the new Dodge Viper. Which one would you pick? The Formula 1 medical car always does practice laps on a track before the race, but sometimes the driver has too much fun. During one lap of a Goodwood Revival race, you can experience more action than an entire season of Formula 1. And I say this as a Formula 1 fan. I mean seriously, this is one of the few racing series where a tiny car can challenge an absolute beast. Here's an Austin A40 trying to pass a massive Jaguar Mach 7.
Taking the whip to it, we're getting into the final furlong, and Roman Dumas, monster moment from Andy Jordan, just asked too much of the car to get around.
Let's take a look at the replay. Into the first part of St Mary's, he goes up the inside of one of, that's Tiffany down in one of the two Jaguar Mark 7s, but the inside line was just too tight to get around the corner, and when the tail's on the grass, foot still planted, plant still planted, frankly, in the field, but he wrestled that very well indeed. He could have gone a whole lot further.
One of my viewers spotted a fire truck that got confused, and instead of fighting fire, it decided to challenge climate change. Nothing to see here, just a top-fueled dragster blowing up its engine. Just kidding, there is something cooler than the explosion itself. Check out how the tires change their size due to the centrifugal force. That's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.
That doesn't make sense.